Hey guys, how's it going? So today I just wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about should I be using Google AdWords, Facebook ads, or should you be using both? Now, this is an incredibly complex question that every marketer should know the answer to in their given niche. So I'm just going to go ahead and start to share this into a couple of groups to get some of you guys in this conversation. But the big thing is that you guys have to note is there's very big differences between the two platforms. So I want you guys to know this, and I want you guys to really think if you guys should be on Google or you guys should be on Facebook. Now, the easiest way that I can say to you guys which platform you should be on is when you were going to buy the goods yourself, would you Google it, or would you, if you saw it on your Facebook news feed, end up purchasing it? So very different questions. Let's start diving into Facebook ads, the ones that we're probably most familiar with. Facebook ads are incredibly useful when it comes to selling products that we don't have a need for, but if we saw them, we go, oh, that's kind of a cool product, and I might buy that. So, this is anything from like fidget spinners, products like that. They're kind of silly products, silly gadgets. It can be water bottles. It can be very practical things. We always see those camping knives, tons and tons of products on Facebook. 90% of the products that we sell online should be marketed to via Facebook. That's the general rule of thumb. Now, Google AdWords. This is where we start to get some uncertainty. So a lot of people don't know, should I be on Google, should I not be on Google? Google AdWords is an incredibly powerful platform, but there's kind of two parts to Google AdWords. So if you want to be on Google AdWords, you're on it for one of two reasons. One reason is the brand side. So maybe you're trying to build a brand and you actually have a brand name that people would want to Google. Well, you definitely want to compete on Google for your own brand name, right? When I compete in the marketplace, if I have a branded campaign going, I will find my competitors and I will bid for their brand name, right? So if I was basically a knockoff to an Under Armour hoodie, I would bid for the word Under Armour so that they would go to my site when they search that, right? So that's kind of that branded competition. And as well, I want to bid for my own. Yes, you're paying for customers that would have done direct organic traffic, but that just keeps competitors away from being able to compete with you on Google for your own name. Okay, so that's kind of the first side of Google. So that's the brand side. That kind of makes a little bit of sense there. Now, there's the non-branded side of Google. So these are for people who, if they need a car repair, if they need a mechanic, right? When we need a car mechanic, we're not going to go on Facebook and wait for an ad to show up, or we're not going to search Facebook. We're going to go straight to Google and we're going to search vehicle repair and then your location. That's very powerful. So that's kind of the premise of where Google AdWords play, is the brand side. If we're trying to make a branded campaign or we're trying to compete on that marketplace, and then there's basically the immediate need side. So needs go on Facebook, needs go on Google. My apologies. Needs go on Google. Wants go on Facebook, generally speaking. Now we get into this conjunction. So when should we use both? And this is where a lot of marketers lack, is they don't use both when they really should. So Google is incredible because it's on native networks, right? So we can do incredible retargeting campaigns, things like that, but I don't want to get too complex. I'll make another video on that. Where we want to do both in conjunction, the perfect example is an Under Armour hoodie. So if I needed an Under Armour hoodie right now, or I needed a nice hoodie, and Under Armour is my go-to brand, I would Google Under Armour hoodie. And I would see the bids on Google, and I would click one of the advertisements, and I would go to that product site, and I would purchase the product there. So that's one avenue that I would do that. But if I didn't have an immediate need, I still really like Under Armour hoodies. If that came up on my Facebook news feed, I would go and I would check that out, and I would maybe make that purchase. So there are products that need to be used in conjunction. Things that we need to look out for when we're doing it in conjunction is harassing consumers, right? If you're doing these big retargeting campaigns on Facebook and on Google, a consumer can get pretty annoyed with you when they leave the site. They leave Facebook and they're still seeing your ads, when they're going to do their banking and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. That is kind of the downfall of using them in conjunction. So Facebook is for all of those immediate wants, cool products that they don't necessarily know where they could purchase, right? I always say, unique dog toys, things like that are great Facebook products because people don't know where they would necessarily go or what is out there on the marketplace. If I need a dog bowl for my dog's water, I know that I can go to PetSmart and buy that. So that's not necessarily the best product on Facebook unless you take a unique take on it. Now that could be a better Google product because I need that. So I would Google, Facebook dog, or I would Google, dog water dish, and then I would go and see the products on there. Google, we want to focus on the brand side. and the product side. So the brand side, again, is just if we want to compete on a branding play, you know, maybe I want to take customers from Under Armour. I want to really protect my brand name. When people hear about my product, they share this brand name with their friends, and then their friends go and Google that. We want to make sure we rank there. And then the other side is immediate product need. So find out if you should be in both. If you shouldn't be, you know, feel free to comment or, you know, send me your questions, and I can help you guys kind of see whether you guys should be in Google AdWords, Facebook ads, both. And by Facebook ads, I mean social media marketing, right? That's Instagram, Twitter, all of those guys. Snapchat, that's becoming a big player. But the Google thing is something that marketers need to utilize a lot more, you guys. So a lot of you guys aren't even using it. A lot of you guys aren't familiar with it. Google is one of the biggest companies in the world, right? Definitely they have a lot of data that Facebook doesn't have, and they're great to use in conjunction. So make sure you guys are familiarizing yourself with these different marketplaces where you guys should have your product out there. And it's incredibly important to diversify. You know, if you do have something very successful on Facebook, we all know Facebook changes their algorithm quite dramatically all the time. So does Google. So if you can get successful on both of these platforms, that's a lot more income coming in. And as well, that's a lot more diversification. So if one of these platforms starts to fail, you'll be all right there. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Feel free to send me your questions, you guys. I'm going to hop off this live. I just really wanted to keep these short. Check out my page if you guys want some more information on that. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.